Hello, this reading is for Aquarius. Welcome in, Aquarians. I'm using Star Tarot and I'm using Dragon Oracle cards. I'm doing something a little bit different. Similar reading, but I just kind of want to see if there's more animal spirits that show up in this deck. For Aquarius, something fun for Aquarius. Okay. Magenta Dragon enables you to bring forward your soul wisdom, awaken your soul memories and higher spiritual understanding, prepare for accelerated ascension. Your soul wisdom. It's kind of muscle memory, right? Muscle memory, and then we have air and water dragon. Okay, so see these horns? It reminded me of mountain goats. If you've ever watched mountain goats, how do they know not to fall off stuff? And they, especially the ones that are actually in the mountains and climbing those rocks, how do they, if you've ever seen them in the wild, they are just insane. How do they know not to fall off stuff and that they can actually make it to where they're going? How do they know not to fall off the cliff and, and take all their little babies? Because I say little babies and they follow them, It's almost muscle memory from before you were born a little bit. Something might be coming up that it's like, I kind of know this, but why do I know this? How do I know this? You may never know. That's the thing. The universe is cagey that way. You might know stuff for some reason, and let's see why you need that. Why on earth? Why on earth do you need that? The Five of Wands. Because you need that extra sight, don't you? Because you have eagle spirit too. You need extra sight. Eight of Wands, Seven of Wands, and the Death. It's for a transformation, of course. I get it. Okay. The World and the Star card here. Bottom of deck is Temperance, Knight of Pentacles. Okay, Temperance. Well, we're going to take bottom of deck, I think. We're going to take that. Knight of Pentacles and Temperance card. All right. The Five of Wands and the Judgment. You've gained this extra knowledge just recently. Because this is the Eagle Spirit. So Eagle Spirit wants to show up in your reading. Okay. There's two bird spirits here. And then wings on this Temperance, right? This guy doesn't have... Yeah, he does have wings. He is a dragon. I mean, he has wings, right? Okay, there's something here about taking flight. Are you taking a flight? Flights of fancy. That could be related to creativity. Following that, white rabbit down the rabbit hole. Maybe just like other interests. You're pursuing other interests, and we can all get caught up in that, sometimes like we have an idea, so we, research it or whatever and fall down a rabbit hole and then come back and realize, oh, it's a dead end, but I'll research something else. So in your relationship, there is some, in relationship area, I think you may have to travel in order to come together with somebody or meet somebody. There's some travel involved. Maybe they're coming to you. Maybe it's just long distance. There might be a distance here. And that might be the thing that's different. If you don't have somebody already, like they're making a journey. And it could also be like your journey to this, to relationship, your journey to your personal journey. But I'm still getting like there's some sort of travel, some sort of flight, some sort of creativity, some sort of like almost a rabbit hole, right? I think you're going to be meeting new people through travel, through journey, through even astral projection, things like that. But there's something here about not doing what you normally do, and then like new people come in. And so there is a change. There is a change here. And this is how you see stuff. You're seeing stuff, seeing opportunity is what it is. And it's your soul's recognition, quite honestly, in other people. Like soul's recognition of other people. How can I... You know how you meet people and you're like, oh my gosh, I know this person. Like, I already know this person. And you don't. Like, you've never met them in this lifetime at all, ever. But it could be just like a soul's recognition of tribe, you know, of where you came from, of, you know, another cleave off of source. So like if we come from source energy or whatever, and we come into earth because this, you know, we're supposed to be here learning lessons and having an earthly experience. We're supposed to do this. This is what is happening now. For a short period of time, unfortunately. I mean, what do we get? Like 87 years? We don't get that many years, you know? Here on earth, right? What if, you know, you're going to be coming into a soul's recognition situation where you're like, oh my God, I know this person. I know these people. Like, I know them. How do I know them? There could be some sort of recognition, and it may have been pre-you, like pre-entrance into your earthly body, you know, your big meat sack or whatever, you know, you want to call yourself. And it could be that kind of situation. Now, in your career, there's some stress, like, ooh, heavy, woo. And it just, I mean, you could be just so busy. I mean, a lot of people are having a lot of stress, money stress right now. I feel like it's just too much, you know, with the holidays and all that kind of thing. And I notice a lot of people, they are actually downplaying it. Not most, but some religions, they don't even recognize it because, you know, like history or whatever, they believe something different. But sometimes we can kind of just be overburdened with the time of the year, but also we can be overburdened by just extra workloads and extra, you know, constraints on our time. And if we're not feeling good, then it makes it even worse. And so I kind of feel like you're at a point where you're just like, ugh, you know, it's got to let up at some point, and it might be affecting your sleep. Like if you're waking up a lot at nighttime, it just means that you're having more worries during the day than you normally would. And it could be interactions with people around you during your workday or your work night, whatever, it doesn't matter. But it could be just like interactions, you know, and sometimes we don't, like sometimes when people go home, like they clock out or they, you know, if they're salaried, whatever, they just like turn off their computer, whatever. Sometimes people are real good about shutting stuff off and being like, well, that's a problem for tomorrow. But then sometimes it still sneaks up in your dreams and you wake up over and over again. So it could be something to do with just like extra stress that is showing up for you. Now you're going to be on top of it. So 7 of Wands, it's not forever. That's why I think like the stress is very short-lived. I don't think this is going to be a thing for you forever. I think you're just going to like move right on through it. And I think it's because you're going to be introduced to these other people and given other opportunities to kind of meet soul tribe, you know, and kind of like be in that group. And it's going to give you like a little boost, you know, not necessarily... so you don't have to stress and worry about this all the time. This is super short-lived. I just don't want you to be stressed about that. And the reason I say it's short-lived is because next is the 8 of Wands, right? And the 8 of Wands, that is like getting into a free flow state. And I just feel like your spiritual transformation maybe is affecting those around you, right? It's affecting your life in all areas. This higher understanding, higher spiritual understanding is what that card says, is allowing you just to see everything. Now that's your transformation, is you having this knowledge, this soul's recognition in other people, and just like seeing things in other people. And it's like boosting. I mean, it's a trip. Quite honestly, it's a trip. I don't know. It can be quite stressful when you speak to other people and you're like, wait a minute, I totally know you. And I also know all your traumas, which is extra very trippy. But I think that you're getting to that time, that area where you can just like see stuff. Now, And you're not holding on to it. I don't think you are, you know. I firmly believe that we're only given the knowledge that we can actually handle at the time, because literally our brain puts these locks and stuff. So, and it's only capable, it's a computer. It's a mushy computer that has many connections that has to process at its own time. You got to give it time to do that. And so, and that's why, you know, sleep is good, but I know if you're not having a lot of it, can be very stressful. You're reaching this stage of the world and the star, and look at these together. Whew, so nice, right? I have to cover that up. But so you're reaching the star. Star is like wonderful rebuild energy. It's a resting energy. It's a reprieve energy. And the world, when we step into this new knowledge, soul's recognition, things like that, you're actually going to be given the opportunity for a reprieve, and it's rebuilding your life from the inside out. It's insane. Like, you're at an insane time. But you also have turtle spirit here. So you have, you know, the flighted animals here, which is that extra knowledge, that seeing, that all of that. But you also have turtle spirit. And turtle spirit's hanging out, right? They're very, like, watchful creatures. They are, they protect themselves well. They, you know, they go into their shell. They know how to avoid danger, but they kind of view the world in a slower fashion. If you've ever watched a tortoise or like a turtle or something like that, it's almost like the world is too fast around them. And because of their very long lifespans, you know, much longer than ours, I think that they view things just at a slower pace. It's so interesting to watch them. And I kind of think that that's what you're stepping into because of this extra knowledge. And you're just like viewing things like one thing at a time. You're like, oh, hey, there it is. Oh, hey, that's new knowledge. Oh my gosh, there's another one. But you're kind of watching things around you at a turtle's pace. And it's not a bad thing because it's not stressful. You know, you're taking one step at a time so we don't get overwhelmed with this, so we don't have any stress and start to blow up. We don't really want to blow up. And that's gonna, the new world is you rebuilding from inside out. Okay, thank you, Aquarius. Oh, and there's also Temperance Reprieve. Okay, yeah. Bye, Aquarius.